Hello YouTube, this is Morgan, Airspeed Prime here, my next Avatar slash Korra news update video. This one is going to just focus on one piece of news. It's a follow-up to the new Korra merchandise piece of news I covered in my last news video. Basically, Dark Horse put up a video, a blog post on the 19th, basically announcing their new Korra and Avatar merchandise line. Now, we've known about this for some time, at least since January, because of solicitations. We know that there's Korra merchandise coming in at the very least. But what this blog post does, and the press release specifically, it not only confirms that it's Korra and Avatar The Last Airbender merchandise, but that it's aimed at collectors, and also it basically reveals some other new products that will be coming out. It lists off the magnets, shot glasses, pint glasses, and all that other stuff that we've seen already. But the new stuff is the most interesting stuff so far. Unfortunately, we've no pictures of it yet, and I'll talk about that more in a few minutes, but really interesting stuff. The key things it mentions are statues, figurines, busts, plushes, and playing cards. They're the 5 different sets of products that we haven't yet seen in pictures. We've also haven't seen any Avatar The Last Airbender merchandise. So we've clearly got a lot of stuff to be revealed. It basically announces that more or less all of this stuff announced is going to be out in May. Now we know some of it's out May 7th, some of it's out May 28th. So we assume some of this stuff will probably be out May 14th, May 21st, and so on, and additional stuff out on May 28th and 7th. But really interesting in my opinion, because one thing I've been asking for ages has been Korra action figures. Now I suppose it's time to talk about the specifics. Statues, that's cool, that's really cool. They're probably going to be pretty expensive though, statues, knowing by what all the other companies do. So you expect them to be fairly big, really well detailed, high quality, but expensive, large. Maybe for some people it really depends on what the statue was of. If it's just something really basic like one character, maybe not, but if it's a real kind of diorama type thing, that'll be really cool as a statue. But statues don't really appeal to me. Figurines I find to be the most interesting thing, mainly because of the wording. Nothing here mentions action figures, but because they also mention statues and busts, they're basically kind of like toy things that don't move. So you kind of wonder, what's a figurine then? To me, a figurine is basically a statue. That coming from someone who collects toys, pretty much. So I assume that in this case, figurine has to mean a figure with some form of articulation, because that's what differentiates a figure from a statue. So I assume this means we're getting some form of collector-orientated action figure, and that sounds really cool. I hope they do have a The Last Airbender and Korra figures, because that would be really cool. It seems like they're aimed at collectors, so the female characters I don't think will be too big of a problem. So hopefully that works out well. Plushes is going to be cool. We've seen some Korra plushes already, but maybe we'll see some, I suppose, more fan-orientated ones, not just the classic, Appa, Momo, Pabu, Naga. We'll see some better ones. And that's really cool. And the playing cards is interesting mainly because, okay, it's obviously going to be your classic King, Queen, Ace, Jack, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, those sort of cards. But I really want to know if they'll change them up. Like, will they change the Ace card to like an Avatar? Will they change the King card to like Earth King and stuff like that? And what sort of images they'll use? Will they change the suits to Fire, Earth, Air, Water Nation? That sort of stuff. That's what I'm really interested in. If they completely Avatar theme it up with the elements and changing names, a lot of different pictures, I'll probably get them, because that seems like a really cool, like nice collector's product to have. It's just one set of cards. That's pretty cool. And then obviously the one thing I'd be most interested in is definitely the figurines. And if they are actually articulated things and they're not too expensive, I would hope that they'd be like somewhere in or around, 6-inch style figures. So something around, that size. That would be really cool, I think, to have like a Korra Avatar action figures around that size. Same size as the original Avatar The Last Airbender toy line, but obviously we got no female figures. Statue, I think, completely for me depends on price, what the statues are actually of, and quality, stuff like that. For me, and then busts, I don't think I have really any interest in them. Just because I don't like the idea of bust really, but I assume if there's a character you really like, it'll interest some people. But yeah, figurines for me is the thing I'm really excited for. I have emailed Dark Horse about pictures, just because the press release, the key thing in the press release is it says they announced this on the 19th, and they said they debut at New York Toy Fair February 2014. We all know it is February 2014. And New York Toy Fair took place from the 16th to the 19th. And if you actually look at the time that this blog post went up, it went up about 5 hours before New York Toy Fair actually ended. I think Toy Fair ended on Wednesday at 4 p.m. New York time, and the post went up at like 11 New York time, so there was only a few hours left in the actual convention, the actual Toy Fair, before it ended. We didn't get any pictures. I haven't seen any coverage mentioning this Korra merchandise. The only reason we have pictures is because of solicitations. So I'm really eager. I've actually questioned Dark Horse, like, this press release seems really weird. Like, you put this out right at the end of Toy Fair and there's no pictures. So I've asked them for pictures. I'll have to wait and see if they respond to me with regards to that. I doubt it. Either way, we're not too far away, about 3 months away from the release of this stuff. I'm really excited. I've been wondering where the core merchandise is. I've been wondering where some Avatar Last Airbender merchandise is. We now know where it is. Really now all we're waiting for is their announcement of Book 2 DVD, Book 2 art book. This press release specifically mentions the reason they're doing an Avatar and Korra toy line is because of how well the comics are selling and how popular the two shows are. So why aren't they specifically mention art book, sales of art book and comics? So I hope an art book gets announced, just so we're not just left with a single art book and we don't get any more. But that's the update. Basically just to say that more stuff is coming. We're getting, I'm not going to specifically say action figures, we're getting figurines and statues and busts and plushes, and that's good. It's that collector-oriented merchandise we've been looking for. It's not a kind of really kiddie-focused toy line like SpongeBob or something like that. Aimed at collectors, this stuff's going to be cool when it comes out. I'm dying to see pictures though, and it's kind of one of those pieces of news. It's just like, why are you reporting on this without pictures? And I haven't even put up a news post about this on the site because there are no pictures yet when we should have them. So I'll update the site when we actually do get pictures, but I've gone on too long already. Thanks for watching this video, and bye.